Okay, so the recent events of the past 2 weeks of March have been quite unique to me. Like 5 major occurrences have taken place over the past few days, and I guess I'll get at them accordingly at a later date. But right now, the main task at hand is, well, this guy, he was killed across the street from here, in the building across from mine. There's 4 buildings. I live in an apartment complex. There's 4 buildings. I live in the second one. He was shot right from the first one. Now, I was coming home when this whole situation went on, and my cousin seen it from the window because she lives in the same building as me. But she lives in the front of the building, I live in the back of the building. She's on the 5th floor. She looks out the window because she hears some crazy noise, and she's nosy, and she's always hot because she's old, and she gets hot flashes and shit. So she's hanging off the porch, and she sees this guy. You know, he's in this black car. He gets out, and there's this dude out there. He shoots him. Bang, 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 bang. Shoots him. He gets him 4 times in the body, 1 time in the head. Bam, he's dead. Everything's all over the place. So she's texting me like, yo, Kai, you home? What's going on? What's good? Where you at? And I'm coming home. I'm all woo. I was somewhere taking pictures of this fucking fire hydrant that got knocked over by some other bitch who was drunk. I don't know. She hit this shit. She took off driving somewhere else. I'm like out there, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not home, but are you serious? Something's going on. She's like, this dude got killed, the whole thing. I still have the fucking text message on my phone. It's absolutely hilarious. So I'm like, okay. So on my way home, by the time I get back, this is like midnight, something like that now. And the cops are outside. There's like a bunch of people there in the lobby being nosy. The freaking whole handicapped parking space in the front is all blocked off. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to start taking pictures of the body because I'm like that. So I'm taking pictures because I'm dressed in all black. I got this hood on. I'm like some kind of nigga ninja in the fucking parking lot taking pictures of this man. And then the cop catches me and he's like, no, only press, no photos, no photos. And I'm like, I'm going to press this button on my fucking phone and take this picture and go back inside. So I go inside. My grandfather's down there. I tell everybody, you know, because I already told a bunch of niggas that this whole thing all happened, whatever. I come in, the first thing out the security guard's mouth is, what's going on outside? I'm like, dude, ain't you the security guard? He's like, what would you do? I'm like, I took pictures of the body. He looks at me and he goes, there's a body outside? I'm like, yes, some dude, he got shot. What the fuck, where you been? I'm like, all these people are in the lobby. What's the point of rubbernecking if you ain't gonna ask the cops questions, right? I'm like, if something's going on, you're gonna go out and be nosy, right? I'm like, I can't be the only bitch that really wants to know what's going on. So I come upstairs. I tell a couple of people, because I'm like, this is probably going to be on the news tomorrow, maybe something happened, I don't care. And they're like, well, it's dangerous. Well, you're dangerous. You should be walking around outside in the dark, etc., etc. I'm like, please, nobody gets shot by mistake in Patterson. It's like that Chris Rock joke or something. I don't know if bullets are just too expensive for niggas around here. But if you got shot in Patterson, odds are you dead, and it was not mistaken identity. Somebody shot you because you did something. It may have been something that you did a long time ago. It may be over some bitch. It may be something. So the next day, I'm like downstairs, and this cop recognizes me. He's like, you're from yesterday, whatever, whatever, whatever. He starts interrogating me like I'm the killer. I'm like, no, I'm just a nosy bitch. I'm a nosy bitch that work here and live here. That's all. So please, don't get it twisted. I may seem like the killer, but I'm far from a big black man. And I'm like, okay, so they like, okay, this dude, the whole situation is like, he lives up by the Checkers. If you don't know what the Checkers is, watch the video 3 before this. Living up at his baby's mother's house. Somebody calls him, and he comes down here. This is like a 10-minute walk maybe from there to here. And I'm like, okay, that's clearly a setup. This shit happens twice a year in Patterson. Some dude gets a phone call from some bitch from a payphone. He goes to another location and he gets killed. This should be written down somewhere. If some bitch calls you at an ungodly hour of the night from a payphone, you about to get set up. Somebody is gonna kill your ass. So please, do not go. I'm like, but that's just clearly shady. I'm like, no kidding. So somebody else was involved in it. So, okay, 2-3 days go by. They find out who the dude is, like the name or whatever. And then some guy, he confessed. He confessed. He's like, yeah, I shot that nigga. I killed him. He used to beat my ass back in the day. So I got a gun and I reaped my revenge. Take me to jail. I'm not going to kill anybody else. I can't go nowhere. Everybody know who I am. because everybody knew he had beef with this dude. And all I can say is, who was the bitch that called him? And what's the deal with the baby's mother? I mean, wouldn't you think it was suspect that your old man leaving in the middle of the night? I don't even care if you're a dealer or whatever. Something shady about somebody leaving in the middle of the night, going to see some bitch. In general. So, you need to find out what's good with her, because odds are she's doing something shady too. Because, I mean, if somebody was like, yo, can I call this dude so he can come here so I can shoot him? I would be like, no. So, there. She's a shady bitch too. But either way, there is no such thing as mistaken identity in Paterson, New Jersey. If you got shot, you did some shit. And that's all I got to say.